Bangladesh, sir. Please tell us how are you? Are you safe? Are you sorted? And what's happening in the country, sir? Please tell us.
You know that since August 5th, unprecedented things are happening in Bangladesh following the resignation and leaving of the country by the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. But most unfortunately, this kind of the anti-government protest, it has now turned into a violent actions targeting Hindus and religious minorities, secularist forces, and also the former members and activists of the Awami League. And as you may know that the Hindus are being massacred, killed, their houses gutted, shops set on fire, temples demolished, deities and murtis demolished, and many Hindu girls were picked up by the gangs of the protesters and in microbuses or cars, and we understand they were later maybe raped. So it's a kind of the, you can say, what we see in Gaza, Hamas type atrocities continuing in this country. And no one knows what is happening. Every night there is armed robbery in Dhaka city and other cities in the country. And those armed robbers are also not only, targeting Hindus and secularists, they are targeting everyone who is not part of their nexus. So, how can I say? It's a kind of the dawn of the neo-Taliban state.
That is very sad, looking at where Bangladesh was. Sir, but one of the things that we see today in Bangladesh is the rise of the Islamist faction really, really heavily, right? The Jamaat is basically taken over. But one thing that I wanted to ask you, these whole protests which are happening, sir, what is the connection who is leading the protests? Is it the BNP? Is it the Jamaat? Is it the Students' Union? Who is it, sir?
You must know that this is not what people say. This is plot blueprint of Biden CIA and Pakistani ISI. And also, I won't be surprised if there is a silent endorsement to these things from Beijing, China. So, initially it all started as a protest of students against the quota system in the government job. But I can say at certain point, particularly by the end of July, it was hijacked. Students protest, those protests were peaceful, and it was hijacked by the nexus of Islamists, jihadists, and pro-caliphate elements. And of course, there were ISI trained cadres, there were other Islamist terrorist forces. So it's altogether, it's a kind of, let's say, it's an act of the Biden CIA, Pakistani ISI, and we are not yet sure about Beijing, but they're silent. So, okay, it's a silent endorsement, we can call it. But now we can clearly say it's no more in the hands of the students or whoever. No one is in control of anything. Even not Mohammed Yunus, who is the chief advisor of this interim government, he is not in control. Army is not in control. Police, there is no police. Police still a large number of police. They are on strike. And BNP, Jamaat Islami, they are trying to portray that they are the heroes of this ouster of Sheikh Hasina. Hifazat-e-Islam, which is notoriously anti-Hindu and anti-Bharat. Hifazat-e-Islam's one of Hifadhat Islam's former Amir, Naib Amir, he has been included in this interim government. So, by including Hifadhat Islam's former Naib Amir and also many of those figures in the interim government who are clearly inclined towards BNP and softer towards Jamaat Islami. So you can say, as I mentioned just before, it's a dawn of a new Taliban state.